Good morning and welcome to the E-class of St. Xavier's High School, Agilpur. Today we are going to study science of standard 7, chapter number 10, that is respiration in organisms. So children, this is your first chapter of semester 1. So why the respiration is the most important? Because if we can live without water for some days, we can live without food for some days, but we cannot live without the inhalation and the exhalation. Okay, that inhalation and the exhalation, this whole process one at a time is known as breathing. So it is most important. Okay, if we do not breathe, then we will not be able to survive. So why do we respire? Okay, all organisms are made of a small structural unit, that is a cell. We all know about that. Okay, a cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of any organism. Okay, whether it is amoeba or a huge organism such as elephant or as a human being. Each cell of an organism performs certain functions. Okay, that is the suppose transportation, respiration, exhalation of the things which we don't want. Okay, as well as reproduction. Okay, as nutrition, transport, excretion, and reproduction. To perform these functions, the cell needs energy. Okay, so for doing these various kinds of activities, okay, each and every cell needs energy. Even when we are eating, sleeping or reading, we require energy. So whether we are just sitting without doing any work, then also we continuously do breathing because we need energy. So children, therefore all living organisms respire to get energy from food. During breathing, we breathe in air. Okay, we breathe in air. That is the oxygen we breathe in, and what we exhale out, that is the carbon dioxide. Air contains oxygen. We breathe out air which is rich in carbon dioxide. The air we breathe is transported to all parts of our body. Okay, so the oxygen which we are inhaling from our nostrils, okay, that are transported to each and every cell. Suppose a nail, okay, suppose a finger, or suppose a toe. Okay, each and every cell of our body needs oxygen, and this oxygen is transported to each and every cell, and ultimately to each and cell. In the cells, oxygen in the air helps in the breakdown of the food. So this oxygen is helpful for the breakdown of the food which we eat. Suppose the carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, okay, all these are breakdown by the help of the oxygen. The process of breakdown of food in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. So children, what is a cellular respiration? That the process of breakdown, okay, of the food in the cell with the release of the energy is called the cellular respiration. Cellular respiration takes place in the cells of all the organisms. Okay children, whether it is a smallest organism or whether it is a largest organism. Okay. Types of respiration. So there are two types of respiration, children, aerobic and anaerobic. So let us see about what is the aerobic respiration. Okay, so in the aerobic respiration, the cell needs oxygen. Okay, they cannot survive without oxygen. The breakdown of their food is done with the presence of the oxygen. Whereas the anaerobic respiration, there is no need of oxygen. So the whole respiration takes place without the oxygen. That is the anaerobic respiration. So children, let us see what is aerobic respiration. In the cell, the food, that is glucose, okay, is break down into carbon dioxide and water in the presence of oxygen. Okay, using oxygen. When breakdown of glucose occurs with the use of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. Food can also be broken down without using oxygen. This is called an anaerobic respiration. Okay, children? So, breakdown of food releases energy. So, why the breakdown of food is important? Because by the breakdown of the food, we get the energy with the use of the oxygen. So, what is anaerobic respiration? So, children, let us see what is anaerobic respiration. There are some organisms such as yeast, okay, and many other microorganisms which are doing the anaerobic respiration, where they do not need oxygen for their survival. That can survive in the absence of air. They are called anaerobes. They get energy through anaerobic respiration. In the absence of oxygen, glucose breaks down into alcohol. Okay, and there the glucose was broken down into, with the presence of oxygen, it was broken down into carbon dioxide and water. But whereas there is no use of oxygen, the glucose breaks down into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay, here you can see without the use of oxygen, glucose gives alcohol, carbon dioxide plus energy. Yeast are the single-celled organisms. They respire anaerobically and during this process yield alcohol. Okay, so for the alcohol formation, these yeast is used and they do the anaerobic respiration. These are therefore used to make wine and beer. So, our muscles also respire anaerobically. Okay, children, जो हमारे muscles हैं, they also respire anaerobically. How? Let us see. But only for a very short period of time, when there is a temporary deficiency of oxygen. So, children, whenever we are running, okay, we are not getting sufficient amount of oxygen. At that time, our muscles of our hands or our legs do the anaerobic respiration for the energy, for the getting their energy. Because if the oxygen level is not reaching, oxygen is not reaching to our muscles. Okay, so what will happen? That it will not be able to give the energy. But we are running, we need energy. So the anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscles. But that is only for the temporary time. During heavy exercise, fast running, cycling, walking for many hours or heavy weight lifting, the demand of energy is very high. So, but the supply of oxygen to produce the energy is very limited. The anaerobic respiration takes place in the muscle cells to fulfill the demand of energy, that is in muscles in the absence of oxygen, glucose, lactic acid plus energy. Glucose is broken down into lactic acid and gives energy. So why you get muscle cramps after heavy exercise? Okay, why we are getting that cramps? गांठें लगती है या हमें बहुत दर्द होता है. We are not able to run when the cramp is it has come into our leg. Okay, so what is the reason behind that? That is the only reason of the anaerobic respiration which has been taken place in our muscles. There the oxygen has not reached in the sufficient amount. The cramps occurs when the muscle cells respire anaerobically. The partial breakdown of glucose produces lactic acid, and this lactic acid accumulation gives the cramp. The accumulation of lactic acid causes muscle cramps. We get relief from the cramps after a hot bath or a massage. Okay, if we do the massage on our muscle, then only we will be having the relief from that cramp, or the hot water bath. Hot water Okay, so what will happen then through the circulation of the blood, by the help of that, the oxygen level will be maintained. Okay, by the circulation of the blood will give the sufficient amount of oxygen which a muscle needs. As a result, the supply of oxygen to the muscle cells increases. The increase in the supply of oxygen results in the complete breakdown of lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. So usually हमारा क्या होना चाहिए? Lactic acid को किसमें convert हो जाएगा? Then carbon dioxide and water. Now children, the most important topic, that is breathing. So what is breathing? Breathing means taking in air rich in oxygen and giving air rich in carbon dioxide with the help of the respiratory organs. The taking of air rich in oxygen into the body is called inhalation, and giving out of the air of that air contains carbon dioxide, that is known as exhalation. It is a continuous process which goes on all the time, okay, and throughout the life of any organism. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is termed as the breathing rate. So in a 1 minute, how many times a person can breathe? Suppose 72 times is the on an average. So or 80. So that is the breathing rate. Both inhalation and exhalation takes place. A breath means 1 inhalation plus 1 exhalation. On an average, an adult human being at rest breathes in and out 15 to 18 times in a minute. Okay. So during heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase up to 25 times per minute. So usually हम कितना breathe करेंगे? 15 to 18 times, and after that, अगर हम बहुत ज़्यादा vigorous exercise कर रहे हैं, then it will take 25 times per minute. While we exercise, not only do we breathe fast, we also take deep breaths and thus inhale more oxygen. So what will happen, children? The more oxygen content we will be reaching, and there will be less chance for the cramps. Children, our next topic, that is how do we breathe. So children, how do we breathe? From our nostrils, from our trachea and from the lungs. The whole things are included in the respiration process. So children, let us see about the organs, which are the organs in our body which are used for the respiration, and what does they do. So children, this is the whole diagram of the respiratory system. So here is the nasal cavity, which is having the 2 nostrils. Here you can see the 2 nostrils are there. In one nose there are 2 holes. Okay, so we are having the 2 nostrils. Oral cavity. Okay, sometimes we also inhale from our mouth. That's why the reason they have included in the respiratory system. This is the pharynx, from where the whole oxygen or any other gases have been passed. Okay. From the pharynx it reaches to the trachea, and from the trachea it gets divided into 2, that is the left main bronchus and the right main bronchus. Here you can see the bifurcation, okay, that are the left and the right main bronchus, and this bronchus forward the oxygen into the lungs. Okay children, from the lungs it will reaches to the heart, and from the heart it will be passed to each and every part of the body. And this diaphragm also does the movement whenever we inhale and exhale. So it has been having the elasticity, and they are moving as per the formation of the respiration. So what is inhalation? Let us see. Mechanism of breathing. During inhalation, ribs move up and outwards and diaphragm moves down. So जैसे ही हम inhale करेंगे, हमारे ribs बाहर निकलेंगे, okay, which are protecting our lungs. Here you can see the white part, they are the ribs, okay, which are protecting this inner part, that is the red one part, that are the lungs. It also helps for the protection of the heart, okay. So children, they are the protection for the lungs as well as the heart. And whenever the inhalation process is done, at that time the ribs move outwards and the diaphragm moves downward. So क्या होगा, ज़्यादा air उसके अंदर occupy हो पाएगा. This movement increases the space in our chest cavity and air rushes into the lungs. The lungs get filled with the air. So this whole process is known as inhalation. Okay, here you can see, just say the person has been breathing. Okay, the chest expands, ribs also moves little outside. Okay, diaphragm moves downwards. Here you can see diaphragm moves downwards. Let us see what is exhalation. In this, the ribs will come at its normal position. Okay, it will be coming back. The diaphragm also will come upward. During exhalation, ribs move down and inwards, while diaphragm moves up to its former position. This reduces the size of the chest cavity and air is pushed out of the lungs, and out of the lungs it will move out from the nostril. These movements in our body can be felt easily. Okay, if we will keep our hand over there, then we will be able to feel this whole activity very easily. Here you can see that the chest contracts, okay, and the diaphragm releases up, and this whole process is the exhalation process. So what do we breathe out? Activity is there. We will take a wide bottle and in that we will remove that bottom. Okay, we will get a wide shape glass or a plastic tube. What we will be doing, we will be making a hole in that and a lid so the tube may pass through it. To the end of the tube, fix two deflated balloons. Introduce the tube into that bottle. Now cap the bottle, seal it to make it airtight, to the open base to the bottle and tie a thin rubber or a plastic sheet using a large rubber band. Let us see with the diagram. Okay children, so this is the bottle we have taken. Okay, in that we have removed the downward part and we have put it the rubber sheet over there. And here the two balloons which are connected with this Y shaped thing. Okay, and here we have put the cork so that it becomes airtight. And then as we will blow the air will be having that, as we will pull this rubber sheet, okay, then what will happen, that the balloons will be filled with the air, and that will be the example for our lungs. Same as if the rubber sheet moves up, okay, तो air तो बचा नहीं उसके अंदर, so this rubber balloons will be having no air in it. So this was the whole process done with this activity, which shows how the air has been filled in the lungs and how the air has been removed from the lungs, and the diaphragm moves up and down by this whole activity. So children, this was all about the respiration process in the human beings. We will study later in our next video about the respiration in other organisms. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.